Let's go. Go.
Hello, everyone. Once again, Spotlight comes your way from the Tribune Daily Tribune studio and also from the house of Dina, my boss. This is Jojo Silvestre, and may I present to you Miss Dina. Say hi, Dina.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dina Ventura.
Yeah, and today
Welcome to Spotlight. For today's episode of Spotlight, we have someone who is known as one of the country's most forward-thinking chefs. Let's all welcome Chef Rob Pengson.
Hi, Rob.
Hello, Jojo, and hi, Dina. Good afternoon, and to everyone who's watching, good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, and how have you been during the last few months with the COVID, with the pandemic? Have you been cooking? Have you been concocting a new dish?
It's been very tough, definitely with the challenges, but we had to adopt a new frame of mind and mindset where we're building for the future rather than surviving for the present.
Okay, yeah. So you've had clients. You've had clients all these months, or you had to take a rest, or how was it like? Did people have parties, or did they order from you?
Yes, well, it's been very difficult because my business that I run is currently a school and a restaurant. So because of the pandemic, we had to switch to a delivery-based system that was lockdown-proof. So that's what's keeping us busy now. And our school is in hibernation until face-to-face classes can come about.
Okay.
But also, in order to survive, no, we have different models for lockdown, ECQ, and GCQ. So it's kind of funny. Whenever there's a new quarantine level, then we know what business we can operate. So we had to think that way because it's a possibility that there might be a lockdown again if we look at other countries. So we don't want to be idle. So
Okay, yeah. Dina?
What has been the good and bad impact of COVID-19 or the pandemic in your business and the culinary industry in general?
I believe the good impact is that now people are more acceptable for digital courses, ordering online. So there's definitely what it did was it pushed buyer behavior to become more comfortable with online products and online transactions. However, being old-fashioned, I think the bad is that humans are meant to have connections with one another. So this time where we're accelerating digital, mobile, online space, we might be connected to many people online, but the connection of human-to-human interaction is very low. And as a father, I'm father to two boys. I think about this stuff quite often. And I think the bad part is that humanity, in essence, is under threat of digitization.
Yeah, that's right. Robbie,
Yes.
you've been in business for like so many years. You were still young. You still look very young, but the name has been here all these years. No, what started you in your culinary journey? What started you in your culinary journey?
Okay. I had quite an adventurous college life where it was difficult for me to get into schools because I wasn't what they would call traditional academic. Back then, when I was younger, uh, crafts that involved creativity were not really looked on as actual professions. I remember when I told my parents I wanted to become a chef. I had a lot of friends, cousins, relatives who looked at me like I was insane. It's like, it's like, why do you want to become a chef? What's going to happen with your life? No, parang they were really legitimately worried, and however, I realized that I flourished there because not everyone is meant for the traditional education, and so I flourished in culinary school. I was very interested in the subject. There were plenty avenues for growth, and I realized I was very engaged in working with my hands. So then, what I did was I got into education myself because it changed my life for the better. And since I
Yeah.
became a teacher also and started opening culinary schools, we helped a lot of people who were like me. They didn't do good in traditional education, but they can flourish. And right now, I think since I started, I have upwards of 10, 11,000 students who graduated from the schools that
Wow.
I've studied, and they're all
Wow.
around the world now. And I
Yeah.
get messages on Facebook, email, just simple messages on Viber and WhatsApp. So it's very wonderful to hear their success.
Where's your school located? Where is your school?
My current school now, this is the third school that I set up.
Oh.
It's called the Alianza Institute of Arts. We are located in Chino Roses,
Oh
beside
yeah.
Alpha Land Mall
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
Magallanes MRT.
Yeah.
And aside from having a school here, um, we also have a cloud kitchen and a restaurant and a patio, so that it's a very busy office space.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And are the three schools still? I mean, are they still on even if they're not on now? I mean, even if they're not operating now, they're still okay. I mean, do they still
Yes,
exist?
yes, they are. The first school was the Academy for International Culinary Arts. That's in Pasig. The second was the Global Academy,
Oh.
multiple branches.
Oh.
And
Oh.
so now I'm here in Alianza. This is my startup with some really well-intentioned, good-meaning partners.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
schools are operational, but of course, because culinary is such a hands-on craft,
Yeah.
uh, it's close to impossible to teaching it online.
Online. I thought it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, but remember Nora Dasa?
Yes, but I think it's the hands-on component that suffers.
Ah,
Definitely,
okay.
theory and demonstrations are amazing online.
Okay. Yeah.
Some people follow from the home, but I think it's the volume of work, the pace, the interaction. That's what suffers at the moment, and that makes up for such a big part of culinary arts that we cannot just set it aside.
Okay. Dina, any question?
Yeah, so Chef Rob, when you started the school, that's when COVID happened.
This school, yes,
Was it when you
we started September of 2019, September, October.
Ah, wow. Wow. Yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
It was right before the
so
Yeah.
so
so
you
close to
had
the lockdown.
Yeah. But were you teaching before that time? Were you teaching in
Yes,
another school?
yes, sir. I this is my third
so
school.
you've had to do a lot of
I started my first school with some friends at the age of 24, and the second one at 27. So I've been
Okay.
teaching quite a lot.
Oh,
I started teaching 19 years ago.
yeah. Considering that you did not finish,
wow. But Chef Rob, how
you,
Sorry, I did catch that.
Dina, Dina, hi, Dina.
yes, I was asking how you started your culinary journey because can't believe that you started 20 years ago. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. So I started my culinary journey because I was just a kid that loved to eat. So since I had such a passion for eating food, I decided if I cooked it,
Okay.
I would eliminate the middleman, no? So to speak.
Oh.
So I went to culinary school in San Francisco. The name of the school was California Culinary Academy, and it really gripped me. I was so engaged from the start of every day. Our classes were 7 hours long. From the start of every day till the end, I was so engaged. I couldn't wait to go back to school. I loved cooking so much. It was filled with action. I was working with my hands. So parang in a way, you're working with nature. And then the final product at the end of the day, but it makes all the effort worthwhile. And I got hooked. I got hooked on a daily basis. I just kept doing it. And there's so much to learn, no? The different cuisines, the different styles. And there's also a lot of engagement with other human beings, which makes work fun. So that's how I got started.
But
Tuloy-tuloy na from there.
how did you become interested in cooking? How did you
Oh,
become
I love.
interested? Did you see that at home? Did you go to the kitchen always?
Yes. My mom, Christina Eras. She's a wonderful cook. She went to school in Barcelona for college, and part of her education was cooking. And
Yeah.
I remember at 6 years old, she would sell the Spanish canelones, no? And this is like rolled pasta, which had pork, chicken liver, it had calf's brains also. So all these things that kids don't normally eat. And
Oh,
then so I would
oh.
I would eat it as a young kid because I loved it so much. I just loved eating.
Yeah.
So definitely I saw it from my mom. And then I think food runs in the family because my sister is a very good restaurateur in Davao.
Oh. Are
She
you from
has a very
there?
popular bar called Huckleberry
Oh.
and also Tola with some local partners.
Oh.
It's in this 100-year-old heritage house called the Balay Obosa.
Wow.
And then my brother is also a chef, and he worked in Nobu and the
Oh,
Maldives,
wow.
all
Yeah.
these wonderful places. So it runs in the family.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Where are you from? Are you
I
from?
If you
sorry.
love to eat, what kind of food did you love?
Oh my gosh, everything. I don't judge me. No, my favorite food was bacon and luncheon meat when I was young. Nothing too fancy. And especially, I especially like eating it late at night with garlic rice. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
simple. And then eventually, as when I had a very simple taste as a kid, but when I went to culinary school, it's like I got exposed and my horizon widened so much, and I loved it. And I told myself, if a kid like me who was had a wayward academic childhood can get direction through a craft that you're actually interested in, then maybe I can help other kids who were like me when I was younger. Not doing too good in the traditional academic sense, but then when they work with their hands, when they're creative, they can flourish. So that's why Alianza now we focus on everything creative, entrepreneurship, which is creative business, culinary art, multimedia, etc., etc.
Nice. Uh,
Oh,
where did you grow up? I mean, where did you grow up in Davao or Manila or?
I am a Manileño. I grew up in Katipunan.
Ah,
I grew up in Katipunan, but my family roots are from Bacolod.
so
So
Celine is your mother? Is your grandmother?
who?
Celine?
Celine Eras?
Yeah.
Yes, that's my grandmother. It was her
Ah,
birthday
okay.
yesterday.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Apolita.
Okay. Happy birthday, Miss Eras.
Yes, yes, yeah. It was her birthday yesterday.
Okay. How old is she, if I may ask? I mean,
To me, she's always. I cannot say.
yeah,
I
of
cannot
course, of
answer.
course. Because she's very young, She always looks young and beautiful.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, wonderful. I didn't know you knew my grandmother.
No, no, not
My
really that
grandmother
much.
from Bacolod. So I grew
Yeah.
up eating a lot of Bacolodian food. The chorizos
Okay.
from there. Inasal. We loved puchero growing up. So nothing fancy. I
Yeah.
think all the fancy things I learned when I went to culinary school.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you cook for yourself?
Yes. And the thing I
Not
cook for my
spam anymore.
sorry,
Not spam anymore.
not
Not
spam
like.
anymore.
Oh.
I don't cook spam anymore because on the weekdays I'm vegan from Monday to
Oh.
Thursday.
Wow.
Yes, so I only eat my meats on the weekends from Friday to Sunday. Usually, if I'm with my kids or with family. So when I cook at home, it's very simple.
At dito pa pala ito.
Sometimes I make like mga mushroom giniling and stuff like that. So very simple stuff, and I eat a lot of fruit.
Yeah. Dina.
I hear you have a new diet. You call it plant forward diet. Can you tell us about that?
Okay. Well, there's a movement now throughout the world where a lot of chefs they're cognizant and very aware that we continue to serve steak, pork on the plates, burgers every time. They're contributing greatly to the destruction of the planet. No? And I don't want to sound like a bearer of bad news. Kaya lang, it's been something that's been ignored and laughed on by previous generations of chefs. Parang, it's not going to affect us. It's not going to affect us. And I think what COVID hopefully makes us realize is that everything we do affects us. And here now more than ever, it's a disease that's a virus. Later on, it could be environmental. So switching to a more plant-based diet, I wouldn't say 100% for this generation at least. Switching to a more plant-based or plant-forward diet, whether on a personal level or professional, 100% impacts the environment in a good way. Because the beef and cattle industry is the number one destroyer of our environment. Not oil, not transportation, not airplanes. It's the beef and cattle. They consume most of the food, and if we used all that food, global hunger would not be a thing. But instead, we feed it to the cows. They make up so much methane gas. They're clearing rainforests in Latin America to make up for more cattle ground. So now the Amazon rainforest is getting to become a farm, and that's where we get all of the oxygen. And so then there. So I do the plant forward diet, not just for myself, but also for the planet. And I hope I can also convince my children to eat more plants, because that's the challenge.
What's gonna happen? Oh, so there goes our steak.
Well,
Yeah.
I
So
it's a
I'd really like to know more about how studying arts changed your life.
Dina, before Robbie answers that, how the lives of your students were changed by studying culinary arts. Let's pause for a break.
Iba ng panahon, dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ang bayan, bigger, better na. You can buy it sa centers, pati sa mga parties, may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still don't remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all. Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayan.
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original Thrilla, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
Click, that's it. Never thought self-service can be this slick. Modify plans in a snap, walang hirap. It's a wrap, just tap the app. Now you can check, view, subscribe, renew. Help and support for you. Out with the Ring apps are the in thing. You know what to do. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Self-service and easy to use, mas okay tayo dyan. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Instant response, no hold time pa, wala nang hintayan. Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan. Download the Globe One and Globe at Home apps from Google Play Store and Apple App Store now. Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan.
We're back in Spotlight. We've had some technical problems. Dina is in her home right now, and we're having a difficult time getting in touch with her. So I'll have to do this solo. Anyway, it's fun being with Rob, who's telling us much about his career and his love for food. We were asking Rob how the lives of his students have been affected by learning how to cook. Have you heard from them? How are they doing in their careers? Your students, your graduates.
Jojo, I guess the reason why I love education so much, I'm a chef by trade, no, but I have another foot in education, is because of the story that I'll share with you.
Okay.
I think it was the first school that I opened, the Academy for International Culinary Arts. There was this parent with her son, and the son had problem reading and writing.
Okay.
And he would not get accepted in any of the colleges because he had problems. I think his reading and writing was of a grade school level, but he was already like 17,
Okay.
18 at the time. So he did not pass the test, no, for reading and writing, but he passed the practical cooking test, flying colors. And as we accepted him in, it was a little bit of a challenge because he would not always do well in all the written exams.
Yeah.
But when it comes to practical, he would always excel.
Yeah.
And later on, we found out, now he's doing very well as a chef. Trying to remember his name. I think it's Kiko. But I could be wrong, no? But now he's doing very well as a chef. This story is pretty much the same. It keeps on happening again and again. Whether someone was once in drugs, went to culinary school, found new meaning in their life. Whether someone used to be, we had this student who was like a gangster from the United States. Those like part of those gangs,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
wear the
yeah.
bandanas and stuff. And the nice thing about culinary education is you work with other people. There's always this development of character, and there's always this second chance where people can excel because it's something they're interested in. So this story happens again and again. You can change the name, change the face, but definitely culinary education gives people the chance. It gave me a chance, and I can see how powerful it is. And that's why I just, I pour. I think I've given so much to the culinary education industry since the age of 23.
Yeah.
I just love it so much because it really changes lives, and and the thing that I get most from it is the fulfillment of contributing positively to the lives of other people.
Rob, since they have difficulty in the classroom, no, like they're not used to probably concentrating and just listening to the teacher. How do you motivate them to listen to you, to learn from you? I mean, that could be difficult.
Yes, it can be difficult with theory when these are theory subjects. And I just want to say, no, this is not the story for all. No, we have some very intelligent students.
Of course.
They come from the best schools.
Yeah.
But for these people who are having a hard time, I think the reason why culinary arts is very engaging is because there's always action happening. I don't know, like for example, when you watch your favorite YouTube cooking video, it's like someone's preparing the chicken, they butcher it, and then after they go to the vegetables, and then after they go to the wok or the grill. So parang there's always this action happening.
Oh yes.
And it's so difficult to get bored around food. It's just so difficult because there's always one step and then the next. And then you can see this product evolve from a slimy raw chicken to a fantastic end product. It's engaging. It's engaging. And I guess that's why cooking shows are very popular. They're engaging from the beginning. And to be honest, lecture classes can be very boring, but the moment we start demonstrating for the students, they're engaged. And there's a hierarchy in learning. The best way to learn is to actually do the thing that needs to be learned. That's why hands-on is so important for culinary arts.
Oh.
When it's time for students to actually go to the kitchen, we call that the lab sessions. That's where they're engaged, no? They're creating. They become the masters of their own realm, which is their chopping board and their stove in front of them. And sometimes you have to pull them out of class to get them to stop. They love it so much.
Yeah. So they attend classes at Alianza. How do you pronounce it? Alianza?
Yes, Alianza. Alianza stands for Alliance of Creativity and Craft and Profession.
Okay. So how do classes happen there? And like how many are in a class? And do they get certificates? Is it a 3-year course or 2-year, or are there variations?
Initially, we are we're applying for our TESDA accreditation.
Oh wow! Okay, that's good.
It's slowed down because we realized that there's no face-to-face classes this year.
Okay.
I mean, to be realistic, we're looking at classes next year. So for our students who are looking to make it into a profession, it's TESDA accredited. So courses are 6 months to 2 years.
Oh.
Our long-term plan is to register and become a college. I love education so much. It changed my life. So I want to be able to instigate positive change through education for the lives of other people. So no matter what, education is still going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just now that there's a pandemic, all our activities focus on our food deliveries and cloud kitchen, that the school has to take a break. But we're planning for al fresco cooking classes in our restaurant patio, which is located downstairs. It's the Beso Beso patio.
Which is in?
Cook al fresco.
Where is this?
Sorry?
Where is it located?
Here in our same building here in Chino Rosas, Makati.
Yeah, okay.
Beso Beso is our restaurant of the Alianza Institute.
Okay.
So we have indoor dining now, but it's only at 20%. We have a wonderful, beautiful patio that fits up to 50 people. And we're planning to set it up with these outdoor kitchens where we can safely or safer, we can in a safer environment. So it's open air. There's wind gushing all over the place. So it's safer for the students. But for now, we're going to start with short courses this year, starting around June. And we're hoping for our professional courses under TESDA to start either in the Burr months, if we're lucky, or next year. And hopefully COVID is better managed by then.
Which part of Chino Roses is this located? What's
We
the
are
landmark?
very near EDSA. Chino Roses Extension near EDSA. We're 100 meters, 200 meters from the MRT Magallanes Station.
Oh, okay,
Behind Dasmariñas
okay.
Village,
Yeah.
behind Ecology Village.
Okay. That side. Okay. So you cross EDSA coming from. Yeah. Okay.
So if you're coming from Makati, you go underneath the overpass where there's a U-turn under the bridge.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how you get to us.
Yeah. So it's not
Yeah.
really far from. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and then if you're from BGC or the south, you
Yeah.
can access us through the other side, where the Senate is going to be built, the new Senate.
Oh yes. So you'll have more clients.
Yes.
What is a cloud kitchen?
Okay, well, a cloud kitchen is one of those buzzwords that everyone's talking about now. It could also be called dark kitchen or ghost kitchen.
Okay.
Basically, what a cloud kitchen is there's no restaurant, but it's available for delivery for the consumer.
Okay.
So they can order it online, and the food will get to them. And the reason why cloud kitchens are being popular now is because before, to open a restaurant, it's one brand, one outlet, a lot of capital investments in one outlet.
Yeah.
But this time, with a cloud kitchen, you can have multiple brands, everything from Filipino,
Yes.
American hamburgers,
Yeah.
Mexican food, Asian food. You can have it all in one kitchen with one team. And I think because of COVID, a lot of people are doing cloud kitchen now. There's Cravers and Cloud Eats.
Yeah.
We're also starting our own cloud kitchen now. We have Beso Beso and Miam Miam with more to come.
Okay.
And many people have this cloud kitchen concept done because most of the food ordering now is online.
What do you recommend? What's nice to order?
Well, right now we have a new brand that's out. It's called Miam Miam Thai Chicken.
Yum. Yeah.
We have a wonderful chef, Chef Paul and Sia. She's heading it with her wonderful team. And I eat it 2 to 3 times a week myself because I
Okay.
love Southeast Asian food. So Miam Miam Thai Chicken, you can see us on Instagram or Facebook.
Wow,
It has
sarap.
this Guy Todd, Chef Guy Todd, di ba? The fried chicken, Guy Todd. We have a vegetarian pad Thai. We have
good.
bagoong rice and really delicious krupuk crackers. So good. Can't stop eating it.
Okay.
So right now, that's our newest brand. And we have our next brand, Mission Wings, coming soon.
Okay. Wow, sarap. What's
Wow,
that?
sarap. Yeah, this
Oo.
food is from Beso Beso though. So Beso
Yeah.
Beso is more upscale, semi-fine dining,
Okay.
where we have tasting menus and premium ingredients like that burrata with
Yeah.
lavender and truffle honey, salmon tartar with krupuk with nampla prick,
Oh.
crab with marinated sea urchin, and all these wonderful things.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
so right now we're doing everything from one kitchen, and so we do fine dining and delivery all with one team.
But they look healthful. It's not as though I'd get very fat or
Well,
I'd
I think because now that I'm making a switch to more plant forward, a lot
Yeah.
of the items on our menu have more vegetables and produce.
ang sarap.
And we don't have to be 100% plant-based, 100% vegan to make a difference. I know there are some vegans out there who feel so strongly that they have to be 100% for animal cruelty. But if you force the population to veganism, you're never gonna that's never going to work. So instead, what we try to do is just give really delicious, yummy, plant-forward options so that at least people can lessen their consumption of animal products and increase their consumption of plant-based products.
Robbie, has anyone asked you to join the movies? Has anyone
Sorry?
asked you to join the movies, to be in show business? I mean, aside
No, no one
from
has.
hosting a show on television.
I used to have a show when I was younger and fairer. Well, I guess when you get
was,
old, the shows usually go to the younger.
Yeah,
the
but
younger chefs.
it
They're
was
more
a
exciting.
cooking show. It was
Sorry?
a cooking show, no?
Yes, a cooking show.
Oh,
But younger
okay.
chefs, I guess, are more exciting to watch. But I think now with the presence of YouTube and Instagram,
Yeah.
a lot of people are making content. So at least we can make some content. I mean, you can follow me on Rob Pengson on YouTube or official Rob Pengson on Instagram. And we frequently make content, but I should make much more than I am. It's just that sometimes work gets really busy.
You know,
Plus
I
my
was
kid,
no, I was asking because I wonder what you would have become if you didn't become a culinary artist.
I know.
Did you plan of
Maybe-
becoming an engineer or a pilot or?
I think maybe an architect or a painter.
Ah, really? Do you
Yes, the
paint?
thing is, I applied in architecture in UST and I didn't get in.
Ah, okay. Your
And
problem.
My mother
Okay.
was an interior designer, so
Oh yes.
so I learned from her. I understand floor plans and design and construction very well.
Oh wow. Okay. But
But I think I would have been a painter. I
oh
love
yes.
painting.
You,
I remember someone telling me when I was younger that there was no future in it. But then I think now if they were alive today,
Yeah.
they would regret saying that. Because
And-
a lot of our painters now are doing very well.
Yeah, that's right. But this is culinary arts is constant.
It is constant.
Yeah. So how do you see the food industry moving forward? What's your foresight? What's your how do
Okay,
you call
well, my
that?
foresight is definitely mobile ordering or ordering online. It's here to stay. Eventually, there will be brick and mortar again. But I think we have to consider that the pandemic or something like it can happen again in the near future because our population is approaching the 10 billion mark. No?
Oh, wow.
So as we approach the 10 billion mark, we're really putting a lot of stress on the environment. And I think for anyone to make fun of people who are vegan, people who are so concerned about the environment, if you
Yeah.
make fun of it at this point, it's extremely myopic of you because your children might not have parks with trees to play in.
Yeah.
And so I made a pact with my two kids, Santiago and Sebastian. Hi guys, I love you.
Oh.
Daddy loves you super much, forever. So we made a pact to save the environment. And so like sometimes we walk around the village and just throw plastic in the garbage cans. But it's a good start.
Oh yes. Yeah.
I
yeah.
think the next thing I have to convince them is to eat more vegetables. But so far naman, they eat malunggay
Oh, good.
and pansit-pansitan. So they still love their meat, no? They still love their spam. But,
Yeah.
we have to take these small wins a little at a time.
Robbie.
Here they are.
Ah,
Here they
okay,
are.
cute. Good-looking kids.
Oh, wow. Sago and Sevi. Loves of my life.
Yeah.
They're good looking
yeah.
because of their mom. Their mom's very beautiful.
Oh. So,
They're,
okay. So you all live together.
oh, no. I am. The kids live with my ex-wife.
Okay.
And but before the pandemic, we would have lots of sleepovers. We'd go to the beach,
Oh.
eat out. So I'm kind of finding it very difficult that I only see them once a week now because
but
we're trying to minimize their exposure because I go
Yeah.
out a lot because I work.
Yeah. But that's good enough.
So it's taken a toll mentally, no? So But instead, I focus on my work and I'm trying to get new habits like exercising. But I do miss my kids. I do miss my kids. The highlight of my week is seeing them on
Yeah,
Sunday.
of course, of course, of course. Robbie, we have a game, but before we
Okay.
play the game, we'll pause for a commercial break.
Viber is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download Viber now.
We're back in Spotlight. We're playing a game with Robbie. It's called Dish Around the World, where we'd ask him what specific dish does he like in that particular country, or yeah. So, do we start?
Sure.
So, if it's Chinese, what's your favorite Chinese dish?
That's easy. Since a childhood, I love sweet and sour pork.
Everybody does.
But now that I switched to plant-based, there's this wonderful restaurant that I go to. It's called Empress here in
And
BG. They have sweet and sour shiitake mushrooms. So it's
yeah,
whole big shiitake mushrooms, bigger than the pork pieces.
yeah.
I can finish the whole medium serving and it's still light, but the flavor is still wonderful and it's healthy for you.
But is the mushroom still crispy?
Yes, the coating is crispy, but the mushrooms itself are very
Of course,
tender. They
wow.
actually have shiitake mushrooms when heat is applied, they actually have the consistency or the mouthfeel as fat. They become soft and spongy.
Uh-oh.
So it's like eating deep fried fat.
Oh, wow. That's a good substitute.
Yeah.
So what's next? Japanese. Rob. What's
Very
your
easy. For Japanese, it's sushi.
Okay.
All manners of sushi, from maki to the chirashi. And then my close second would be a tempura. Childhood favorite.
Yeah.
When I was 16, I once ate 36 tempuras in one sitting.
But at least you were 16. No? You never grew fat, no?
I was when I was young. I think around the age of 12 to 16, 17. I did not know my neck. I haven't met my neck when I was young because I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I only met my neck again when I lost weight around 17 and 16.
Okay.
And here it is. It's still here. I can see.
How about Japanese resto? Where do you go to for your favorite dishes?
Right now, my favorite Japanese, oh my gosh, the one in Shangri-La Makati was one of my favorites. No, I'm so sad that they closed.
Yeah.
Right now, because it's very near me, my favorite is Kazunori.
Okay. Which is in?
Amazing Japanese food for me. and also the restaurant of Bruce Ricketts, Meche Uma.
Where is this located?
Meche Uma is in BGC, in the
Okay.
RCBC building. And Kazunori is here also in my same street. It's in the Mazda building in Chino Roses.
Okay. So how about Thai?
Ah, ah, oh my gosh, that's a tough one. But if I had to choose one Thai dish, I would have to say it's the Pad Thai.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
Pad
too.
Thai, yes.
Yeah.
And in Miam Miam, we have a vegetarian Pad
Oh.
Thai. Well, it's lacto ovo, so we want to. So it's something that I have, and I asked the chef to create a special, which is a wild mushroom Pad Thai. Zero
Wow.
Zero animal products. Zero animal products, except for the egg, which you can ask to be removed if you want it to be
Okay.
100% vegan.
Okay. Robbie, I'm just interested before we continue with the game. How did you become interested in sustainability? You know, being conscious of the environment and all that.
Honestly, it's when my kids said that they wanted to protect the environment that I started researching on it.
Oh, okay.
I was the chef to make fun of vegetarians.
Okay.
I told myself I would never have vegetarian friends. Because I just thought, I grew up in this world of Kobe beef, Wagyu, pigeon, duck, pork,
Yeah.
pancetta. But then when you have children and you kind of want them to have a future, you think way past your own life. And when you
Okay,
think
yeah,
past your
yeah.
own life, your horizon gets broader. And,
Yeah.
I want my kids and their children to play in a park that has grass and trees.
Oh, yeah.
And I was a chef who used to do this technique of cooking where every portion was in a plastic bag. It's called sous vide cooking. Every
Plastic
single
bag.
portion. And the amount of plastic, single-use plastics reduced is crazy. And then, so I have to change. I think I have to change.
Yeah.
The fact that I may be older than the younger ones, maybe also, I think it's my responsibility to show people that there is another option. You don't have to go 100%. You can go 20%, you can go 50%. But as long as you get to that direction, whether partially or fully, it's always a step in the right direction. So there's nothing funny about it. There's nothing to make fun. There's
Yeah,
nothing bad
yeah.
about it. In fact, you'll save money. You'll be healthier. Place will get
Yeah.
better. But of course, you still have to serve people what they want. And until the public becomes more aware, people will still buy expensive steaks, eat
Yeah.
pork, and all these things. I still do once a week, twice a week. I'm not demonizing it at all. I'm just saying that the more plants you eat, the better for you, the better for the planet.
Yeah. I agree. Although I'm not much of a of
It's
the way you are. No, it's something that
Right.
one learns and gets
Yes,
used
it's
to,
very
I guess.
difficult. And can I share our mission for our plant-based initiative?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So
Where is this?
I
In your school? In
it's a project that's sitting on my computer that I
Okay.
haven't pulled the trigger yet, just
Okay.
because not a lot of people care about health and the environment as much as they claim they do.
Okay.
So we
Who's
have
with
this
you?
concept called Beso Bio,
Be-
Beso Life,
how do you
and-
spell that?
Beso, as in
Beso. Okay.
ESO. It's and then basically what we want to do is we want to accelerate humanity's transition towards a more plant-based, scientific-based lifestyle by making plant-based food so delicious, even carnivores will want to eat it out of pure pleasure. That's our mission.
Wow.
I don't know how we're gonna do it, but it sounds good on paper.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's definitely gonna be. I'll probably save that for later on in my life when it matters more.
Okay. So we'll continue with the game.
Sure.
Italian?
Oh my gosh, I I can choose a category, it have to be pasta.
Okay, okay. But what pasta? But you know.
Oh wow, that's hard. If I had to choose one, it would have to be handmade pasta with nothing but Parmigiano Reggiano and black truffles and butter.
Wow.
That's it.
Okay. Okay. And finally, Filipino.
This is tough because there's so much good to like in Filipino cuisine. So I have to choose between sisig, inasal, and seafood kare-kare.
Yeah.
And I will say, just because I'm more plant-based now, I'll go with the seafood kare-kare because it's the
Oh,
only
yeah.
one with vegetables.
Yeah, yeah, that's right, huh? Okay.
Yeah, the other two doesn't have a single vegetable in it.
So you teach a lot of Filipino dishes, I guess.
Sorry.
You teach a lot of Filipino dishes.
Yes, we have to. And because of all this, we're also including, culinary arts is the same everywhere. Wherever you go, it's the same. It's only the delivery that changes. So we're including in our curriculum is sustainable entrepreneurship, an understanding of plant-based cooking, and also more into health nutrition and the microbiome, which is all new science.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we can't wait for those classes to start, but
Yeah, yeah.
next year pa yan or end of the year.
So I guess you have experts who are
Well, I
teaching.
wouldn't say I'm an expert because I always see myself as a student that's continuously learning. I would say I'm the
yes.
one I'm one of the most interested.
Okay.
So I think if I maintain that lens of curiosity, I'll be able to influence, business, work, customers better.
You must be reading a lot on these things.
Sorry?
You must be reading a lot.
Reading, yes, and YouTube and courses.
Okay,
Well,
Robbie.
these days in the pandemic, we all have more time than usual, so it's a good time to learn.
Yeah. Last question.
Yes.
Where do you see the direction of Filipino food? Where is it going? Do you think there's a very bright future in the international?
Okay. I think,
Scene?
that's a wonderful question. I think we also have to look at Filipino food on two spectrums, no? Because there's a spectrum. On one side of the spectrum, you have your everyday food. Some would classify it as street food. And on the other side of the spectrum, you have your premium fine dining Filipino style food. And what we see now is that there are a lot of young chefs who are really carrying the flag of Filipino cuisine in the realm of fine dining. And that's great. That's really great. However, what we don't see on the other side of the spectrum is there's not too many organizations or too much effort that's working to highlight our everyday cuisine. Because if you go to other countries, sometimes they get so, like for example, the Kapampangans, they're very passionate about their food. And that's why, the food in Pampanga, it's so great. They're really very sophisticated in the way that they create it and they categorize it. And if we could have that same passion, that same effort in all the other regions, then I think the everyday street food will get better.
Yeah.
But definitely it requires work, and someone's got to do the work and someone's got to push it.
Yeah. Thanks, Robbie. It was a wonderful afternoon. We learned
Thank
a
you
lot
also.
from you, new things that we haven't heard about before.
Thank you also.
Yeah, yeah, it was my pleasure. So on behalf of Dina, I would like to thank you. Robbie gave us it was like a lecture already
I'm
on
sorry.
how we can be. But
I talk too much. I
no,
apologize.
no, that's very good. We love it because, it's not just about learning how to cook. It's about understanding what you're cooking, why you're cooking it, and for who the food should be. So that's what's
Definitely.
good about Robbie. Thank you so much. So
Thank you.
again, Spotlight has been your way here from our Daily Tribune studio. Thank you so much. Hanggang sa muli. This is Jojo Silvestre.